Alright, and we're back in the time loop for the track of my nightmares tonight. So, we're here at Sakito, or as every other game calls it, Suzuka. Somehow SMS couldn't get the licensing to this track, even though Suzuka basically hands it out to just about everything else. Gran Turismo, F1 obviously, Forza, and even like smaller games like Auto Modelista or Pro Racing Evolution. Surprisingly, Grid didn't get it. Unless they just didn't want it. Yeah, so not only have I already lost twice here in the series, once as the governor because this car didn't really, work with me. And then once as vert because the weather was crazy. But today, the problem has been the curbs. And today I'm playing as Nitori, the best Toho character to me, and also probably the most fitting one to have in a racing scenario, as evidenced by Nitori, being the cute little engineer that she is, has managed to apparently upgrade her Renault. I don't know if this is in the regulations. I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. It normally isn't. But no, it actually isn't. Can't really change your car mid-season in real-life GT racing. Not like core design-wise, anyway. At any rate, trying to there we go. Allegedly, this upgrade is to the tune of about 5 or 6 seconds per lap over her past Renault. And also, Cerno is here, as is, if you scroll into the GT field, Amy and Bedlam. How exactly Nitori got all this performance out of the car, she refuses to tell me. I guess we'll see it in action in just a second, with the weirdest track intro in the game, because it just cuts itself off right about here. My throat is getting a little unhappy with me because of how long I've been here. That's something that I really shouldn't have tried, but I mean, it really worked, didn't it? So we'll take it and move on with our lives. So this whole core upgrade package has improved top speed by about 12-15 miles an hour. Handling is massively improved, and therefore the car is also easier to drive. Less understeer, more balanced handling. But it doesn't have oversteer problems. Nitori tells me what it does, or what the difference is, but she doesn't tell me how she got the difference, or even the new updated specifications of the car itself. I guess maybe it's a surprise tool that can help us later. I don't know. This is one of the more visually pleasing tracks in the game. Also, I've gotten really almost concerningly far ahead in this first lap. Is this really the power of the upgrade? My god. She apparently didn't even give Cerno access to it either. I mean, I wouldn't either, but... Alright, so we've completed a lap of the circuit. Interesting details. You may not see it based on the distance between the opponents. The AI into this first corner is complete nonsense. As I hit that curb, I'm not supposed to hit that curb, but I totally missed the first corner. I manually downshift into third for these S's, just for better cornering. You don't have to, but especially in the left-hander part of it there is even better still, but the automatic gear just didn't like that. Yeah, it is an automatic, but I can sort of override it. You know, I can still shift up when I want to. Unless I try to do it way too early, in which case the game will shift back down. Like if I try and shift here. Yeah, like that. I didn't downshift though. The game did that for me. Because I shifted way too early and the revs are too low. Obviously, if it were a manual transmission, the car wouldn't do that. And there are advantages to shifting early like that. It saves fuel and keeps the engine wear to a minimum because the revs aren't so high, so the engine temperature doesn't go up so much. Uh, 130R, that corner is terrifying. This corner is weird. There's a huge bump on the inside there, and sometimes the car does nothing. Sometimes the car almost spins out, and sometimes the car tries to head for the sand trap on the outside. It really just depends on how the car feels at that given moment. It really doesn't seem like anything else determines it. So there isn't really any kind of counteracting it. It just kind of is like, does the car want to take the corner or not? If not, then that's just too bad. Sucks to be you, buddy. Definitely gonna do the third gear here. I totally missed the first half of the S's. And there's the big difference. I can floor it way easier, or way earlier. And you can even see the traction control thing doesn't usually even blink. Which it will usually blink green if it's like reacting to, you know, an unnecessary amount of oversteer. Because that's when it's like adjusting my throttle input to keep the car on the road, but Nitori's upgrade has seemingly made the Renault so much more stable that doesn't even have to correct me most of the time. ABS still comes on. That's just a given. I can see that one AI car is breaking away from their other leading RSO1s. And also, don't ever go on the inside of that final corner because those black and yellow, like, speed bumps will basically eradicate you from existence. Because they make your car bounce like it's a lowrider, and that's not something that a race car wants to do. Doesn't have suspension for that. A rally car might be fine, but not this. So, due to the whole, like, thing of, yeah, you see that one AI, it's just like, I can get him. It's just, that's that good old system that I don't seem to like. Just because it doesn't really make all that much sense. It has to have, like, one... Depending on who you ask, that might be a really good feature, because that means that there's one AI that's always going to be fighting you. But, not in this series. I don't necessarily enjoy that. It does come on there, but that's only because the game is confused because my car is hitting a bump. In reality, there's no wheel spin there. Not even a loss of traction, for that matter. Also, if I were fighting AI, and you can kind of see in the time difference up there on the top left, they don't like spoon curve, that long left. They don't like that too much, compared to how I can take it. And if I cannot do that, I can also gain a little bit through 130R. But everywhere else, the AI either absolutely dominate me, or we break even. Yeah, look at that. Who is that, I wonder? Probably isn't, Cerno. So the scary prospect of this course right now, especially in this kind of unfamiliar-ish vehicle, the curbs, like that one, I cannot ever touch it, or I'm just like backwards. As I go to start the new lap, I will basically just give a brief rundown of the ones that are the good, the bad, and the ugly curbs of this track. It's high noon. Brake. That one's fine, as you can see, as I just hit it. There's not really a curb here, which is kind of weird. But I've already explained the details of that turn. Let's see. Inside curb there is okay, outside curb there is not, inside curb here is not. Outside curve here I have no idea, I have yet to hit it. I don't really know what the curbs in the S's do. There isn't one on the inside there, but I think the inside one here is bad. That one I don't know. That one I don't know. This one is bad on the inside and the outside. There's a curb there? I didn't even notice. That one is fine. This one slows you down, but it doesn't kill you. And neither of these curbs are problems either. I can just hit this one, and it's fine. Inside here, bad. Don't touch that, especially if you're going up the hill. Neither of those curbs do anything, but you should have no reason to ever hit them. Same with that one. Spoon curve. Inside here is fine. Outside there is bad. Inside here is also fine, and outside here is not too bad. And losing some speed, and the traction control will pop on, but nothing race ending. And then as for 130R, the inside curb is fine. I've hit it every single lap that I can do it right, like that. And the outside is uncomfortable, but not race ending. I barely beat my previous best lap. Average distance between me and second place seems to be around 4.5 seconds. And we're going to get a real nice view as we come down in towards the Degners, which are the two right-hand kinks after this turn. The really nice sunset. Which reflects really nicely off of the lake there on the outside of the track. Depending on the timing, you can even see the sun itself kind of like settling behind the mountains there. Now it looks like sulfuric acid is in the air because of where the sun is. I can assure you there's not. You got a completely different set of problems going on besides carbon, if there is. I should probably turn my lights on, because we're about to hit the nighttime section of this episode. And the first wheel is going to start raving in the background. We're fine. Hey, 454, Metacog, is that you? it's not storming, we will not be treated to the red sky that we had the last time we raced at this track. Okay, that was like perfect there. I could probably never do that again. That was a perfect 130R as well. Still not a new lap record, probably because I missed the last part of the S's. I knew I was gonna hit that and I just stopped turning. The weird gas there. See, I can see now the difference between Nitori's Renault and the other GT3s, because that's them down there on the other end of the track, beneath the bridge. And there's the lap record. Based on the lap timings, I got away from Shane, as his AI name would suggest he is. I prefer fourth through there, because otherwise I do get on that curb, and if it doesn't kill me, it does slow me down. Is there a light under that bridge? I didn't notice that earlier, somehow, if that is the case. Did it again. Become the master of the spoon. Okay, that just sounds stupid. I'm pretty good at 130R too. Another lap record. I actually got like big fingers there and I hit both the downshift button and the brake. But it actually helped me stop faster, so yay. Curb is not race ending, but it's can be if I do it really stupidly. But it's a little more forgiving than, say, outside of turn 1. Or that one that I nearly hit. There we go, there's the power of fourth gear. Second through there is optimum, but it's kind of hard to get the transmission to agree with going down to it. Just because, like, it's downshifting way too much at a time. So, third still works, luckily. At the end of this lap, there will be 4 more in the race. Quite a record here. Yeah, that curb can be survived, but it requires me basically doing nothing. I cannot accelerate, I cannot brake, and I cannot steer. I have to ride on it until it ends. Also, we're kind of getting like an off-red up there. Kind of weird. We're getting close to dawn, so really weird. But that's the color that the sky has chosen to be. One reason that we're here particularly too is because Suzuka, who must be around here somewhere, noted that the red sky reminded her of her mistress, her mistress, since that's something that they had done before. She wondered and hoped that she hadn't been taken here as she had. While we as the audience know, since I've played as her, that she in fact is. We also know, because I played as her, that she didn't do that. So either that's just natural, or that's something that someone else is doing. It's not Remelia, and Flander isn't here. I can confidently say that we have we've probably added all but 3 or 4 of the remaining characters for this series. And the other 4 that are coming, I'm just going to say now, are World Race. They're from the movie, the other team leaders. So Taro, Kurt Wilde, Kadeem, and Benji. Or in vehicle terms, Overboard, 454, Ballistic, Crazy 8s, and Slingshot. Hit that curb and I froze. I committed a Windows error. As soon as I hit that, I was like, uh-oh, I have encountered a problem and I need to shut down. Call me Windows XP. There's no way, even if I look behind me, that I'll ever be able to see who or what that car in second is. Too far away. The sun should be reappearing in the not-so-distant future as we round the final corner to come to 2 more laps to go. Yikes. Good thing I was being all touchy about it. I just lost it there. Curiously, I'm catching one of the GT3s. It's the power of Nitori's upgrade. The fact that that guy in second is keeping up with it is kind of weird. Whether or not that is or isn't Cerno, still weird. I think as far as the competitive aspect, I don't know if this car should be allowed. I'll have to take it up with the commissioning drivers of the series. I determine whether or not something is sporting. Is driving something like this and tampering with Carbon and Paradox's plans might make her a target. That might be one reason why this car shouldn't be enabled for now. If Carbon catches sight of Nitori driving this much faster, she may have a bullseye printed on her giant head, or her giant hat. I noticed that if I put in less steering input, the bump isn't as rough, but it requires a lot of precision to get away with that. Another low 41, and we begin the final lap. And in the cooldown lap, as the sun is rising, you can see the weird multicolored sky, as usual. That's a normal thing. Some vaporwave colors. I'm going to get very close to, but I'm not going to catch the last place GT3. I'm catching on the cooldown lap, yeah, but not in the race. But when I get to the cooldown lap, I will show off what will happen if you hit those yellow speed bumps on the inside of the final turn. Nice view of the sunrise over the lake here. You can get something of an idea of the top speed difference between the GT3 and Nitori's upgraded Renault here. Can't really see it from the sun though. Another lap and I certainly would have caught that car. And coming down the hill from the final corner, finally, Nitori, with her upgraded Renault, has conquered Suzuka. I'm calling it Suzuka. I don't care if the game calls it Sakito. It's basically Suzuka anyway. I'm gonna get up to this GT3. He's still racing though, so he's going full speed. And you can witness the closing speed that I can have. And this will be the ultimate way to judge if this thing should be fine or not. Looks like there's Amy there too. Amy, you've been in 5 racing games, come on. 6 if you count Sonic R, which most people don't, but... because you weren't in a car. But you were even in a car in the other 5. No, you were in a car in all 6, what am I talking about? Oh, she moved. That's nice. Thank you, Amy. Now, to demonstrate what those bumps do to your cars, I pick like the best one-tip car ever. That was a terrible demonstration, but you can kind of see why you want to avoid those. No damage. I was supposed to go into the pits, but I'll just skip the cooldown lap once I cross the line. Alright, that was the 17 there. Cerno last of the other RS01s. Now, even the worst RS01 beat the leading RS01 by 40 seconds. So maybe, just maybe, a little bad. Our boys didn't do anything. Bedlam would have been the next car to catch after Amy. I'm actually gonna get a nice replay of that, a nice picture of that sunset. Nope, too early. Ah, 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 ah. I do believe this is the lap. Yeah, it is the slap. I've seen it a lot better before. Usually, like I said, you would get the sun peeking up here a little bit still. Yes, that is it for this episode of The Time Loop. Next two parts are going to be pretty important, so to the plot. But you'll see if what all becomes of Nitori's upgrade package. I'd be shocked if anyone let it slip. Not just because it's like unfair, but also just because like, I mean, you know, the Hot Wheels guys, yeah, they're trying to, you know, stop this bad guy, but most importantly, they want to race more than anything. We all know that. But as I mentioned, having a car this fast would be a little suspicious to the antagonists and could put a target on Nitori's head as a result. And you certainly don't want that. Especially not me. But no one else does either. And also, for the like no viewers I'm gonna get, if for a series that's similar to this but a little easier to keep up with, because there's no storyline, really, not like this anyway. You can either look up Ty of Hazard TV, or Tyler. That's actually this is his YouTube channel. He's been in the series a couple of times. He's the 58 McLaren. Or if you want to look up to find the series itself, I would think that the Americas Tour, the prelims, should bring it up. But that is a series that takes place on the NASCAR Heat games. Prelims were on NASCAR Heat 3, and the full version will be on NASCAR Heat 4, which was released yesterday. Alright, no, that doesn't work. That just gives you a bunch of political stuff. Hmm. Hmm. Alright, so if you put in Time Trials The Americas Tour, that the playlist of the series will be what shows up. A bit of an error in the playlist. There's a video that's not supposed to be there. I'll tell them about that in a minute. Anyway, that is all.